Good afternoon, everyone. Can you see the screen and you can hear me as well? Please confirm it to me in the chat and then I'll get started with the training. Thank you guys for the confirmation. So let's just get started. And I hope you can see my screen very clearly. And as already communicated that today we'll be talking about a very important training again because two important things which we'll discuss primarily. One is digital tools and second one is even more important because we'll be talking about the Facebook advertising policies. Lately we have seen that a lot of people have started coming online. They have started using a lot of online and digital tools. But as an entrepreneur, it's very important for me to understand what kind of digital and online tools I should be choosing for my business, because there are n number of tools available. There are n number of resources available. And it's not possible for me to be everywhere. It's not possible to be expert on each and everything. But there are certain things which I can pick from that digital ecosystem and use those tools, use those techniques to boost my business, to promote my business and brand. And then of course, as most of us have already started doing Facebook advertising, and then we face problems. Our ads are getting rejected. We are not getting the desired response. What could be the reason? Are we following that policies? Are we being compliant with Facebook terms and conditions? That is something again which is very critical to understand, and we'll have an overview of both the components in today's training. And whatever questions you have, whatever queries you have related to today's topic, we can have a separate session for the Q&A towards the end of the session. Okay. As already mentioned, because in digital ecosystem we have so many things. And sometimes the biggest mistake people do is that they keep on spending time at the wrong resource. They keep on spending time with something which might not be really apt for them, because we are all different people. We have all different personalities. So if someone is really good with YouTube, maybe it's their personality which makes them successful on YouTube. Maybe I do not have a personality to be on YouTube, but I can do amazing on Facebook. I might do brilliant on LinkedIn, right? So it's all about first figuring out what is your strength, what is your primary target audience, where you connect with them, and how do you connect with them. So once you have clarity onto that thing, all the things become a lot easier. So yes, we'll talk about ecosystem in detail, where I give you overview of the important tools in digital ecosystem and why do you need to pick some of the elements from that for your online business. Then because we are talking about the advertising policies, so I will get started with the basic advertising plan. How do you go about advertising? What all things you need to take into consideration? Because a lot of people just keep on promoting, keep on boosting their content without a thought, and that is a major problem. So how do you go about it? What all things you need to keep in your mind whenever you plan any kind of promotion? May it be boosting content, may it be promoting your page, may it be like, running different kinds of ads. Few things which should be on top of our mind. And then yes, once we discuss the plan, we'll have a separate discussion on ad policies, where we talk about some of the best practices for your content, may it be pictures or may it be captions, what is allowed, what is not. Okay, so please pay attention, a detailed training, but we have the nice and right inputs for you today. And any questions you have, I'll be very happy to answer them. I'll be very happy to resolve any doubts you have. Okay. Now, when I talk about the digital and online tools, there are n number of digital and online tools. But here I have mentioned some important digital and social media tools which are very, very important for any business to sustain, particularly for us, because we have to establish credibility. We have to create a personal brand. We have to generate leads. We have to attract people to our business. And how do we go about it? The first thing we do is that we figure out social media. Hey, what all I can do on social media? What all channels I can prospect on? Should I be doing it everywhere, or I need to figure out what is my strength, what is my ease and comfort? A lot of people might be comfortable working on Facebook, but they find it very difficult to work on Instagram, right? So you need to understand that first. Now, when it comes to prospecting, first you need to figure out what social media channels you prospect on. And we have n number of channels, but I'll talk about some of the prominent and mostly used and loved social media channels. And the first one on top of our head is Facebook. Now, we already had a training on Facebook. We talked about how to set up a page. We talked about Facebook page promotions. We talked about how to set up a content planner. All of these things we have discussed. We talked about Facebook groups in detail, right? Today we are talking about the policies and advertisement basics. Then we'll have the demonstration on how to run ads as well. So we are actually owning one platform completely, because Facebook is the primary and important social media platform. And on Facebook, again, we have the option to prospect using our Facebook profile. We can prospect using the Facebook page. We can prospect using different Facebook communities we have. And of course, we can start doing advertisements and promotions to boost our business and to generate leads for our business. Very, very important. At the same time, we have Instagram as well. Now, one thing which we need to understand here is that because Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same business, right? And also we have the provision that we can connect our Instagram and our Facebook. So it becomes a really good idea that we connect both these channels and we start prospecting these channels all together. So our prospecting should happen simultaneously on Facebook and Instagram to start with. But one thing you need to be really, really careful is that Facebook and Instagram, though being connected, but they are not the same platforms. They are different. The algorithm for Facebook is completely different. The dynamics, the mechanism for Instagram is completely different. So it means that even though those two are connected, but I need to have a planned content approach for both these channels. Now, for example, Facebook has more of a community sense. Instagram is more about brand building, personal branding, showcasing like, people, your attitude, your lifestyle, your business, and that too through a very compact, crisp and to the point overlook of the design it has. How many times, like, you have seen that you go to someone's Instagram and you immediately get attracted? Why? Because they have a nice about section. They have a curated highlight section, right? You might have seen highlights. And then they have a very nice planned theme, which is onto the basis of some color or some scheme. It looks attractive. And one thing which I would like to mention here is that most of people fail on social media. Most of people do not get the desired results on social media because we take it very lightly. We take it way too casually. It's just social media. What is the big deal? We can do anything there. And that is where the problem is. Like your offline events, like your offline meetings, like your offline prospecting, you need to put the best foot forward on social media as well. Why? Because there you are dealing with the real people. You are dealing with the real leads, potential prospects who can be amazing resource for your business. But if I'm just too casual there, I'm not very serious about my business. I do not take care of content I post there. I am not concerned about my overall look and design, how my Facebook profile looks, how my Facebook page looks, how my Instagram looks. I still might get results. It's not that you will not get results at all. You still will get results. But if you do with plan, if you function appropriately onto those platforms, the results will be totally like, mind boggling. A lot of people get attracted to other people by just understanding their thoughts, what is that they talk about, what is that they do on daily basis. And that is why we have been talking about this thing from really long time, that it's not about Oriflame. It's not just about posting spammy content that hey, I'm looking for 20 females. It's okay to do that once in a while. It's okay to just post that content into some community. But if we just keep on repeating this thing time and again, Facebook will identify me as a spammer. My boost post will get rejected. My ads will not be approved. I might face serious implications, because lot of the times my ad account gets disabled as well. So problems happen because we do not follow the policies. We do not follow the basics of the platform. So if you look at it, Facebook and Instagram, so connected, owned by the same business, but two different platforms. Facebook works for everyone. Instagram, young people, women, amazing platform for women. But yes, you need to do it right. And then at the same time, we have WhatsApp as well. And WhatsApp is again one amazing resource we have for instant messaging, for communication with people, for instant updates. There's no other platform which is quick and as impactful as WhatsApp. But what do I do on WhatsApp? If I just keep on sharing the catalog screenshots here and there, if I just keep on just like posting same post which is like of no value, then it means that hey, I'm not using WhatsApp properly. You need to have a plan for WhatsApp marketing altogether. Hey, maybe like Monday motivation, it could be a day that I post a really motivating message to my core team, or to my this new group I have created on Facebook, sorry, on WhatsApp, right? Because it's all about using the platform in the right way. It's Wednesday, so maybe today I should do the Wellness Wednesdays, and I just drop a simple tutorial or a video to my network there or my group there and tell them how they can boost the wellness sales, right? So it's all about using these platforms in the right way. WhatsApp is not just meant for texting people. It's about how do we leverage the speed? How do we leverage the benefits which WhatsApp provides us? A simple study was done on WhatsApp, and it was basically to understand the recruitment. It was basically to understand the conversion potential on WhatsApp. And WhatsApp revealed that what we have observed from last so many years, that if you are having a plan for your WhatsApp marketing, if you know what kind of communication and message you send to your focus groups, it definitely motivates them. It definitely triggers them to do their best. And for that, a simple study revealed that people who send more voice notes, people who just send a video message, they tend to do a lot better than people who will just keep on texting and chatting people with people there. So simple things. So just make a plan. Every week, one video message should go to my new recruits. Okay, Monday motivation. It means that every Monday I will maybe share some inspiring story to my focus group there, and then they will be motivated towards the business. Wellness Wednesday. Hey, again, I want to promote wellness today. So maybe a testimonial from someone who is a wellness star from my team. So it's all about focusing on your group, using these platforms to communicate with them, to train them, to chat with them. And we need to do all of it. Okay. And then we have webinar as well. And webinar again is very critical to your system. Why? Because webinars are used for everything. Webinars used for prospecting. Webinars used for recruitments. Webinars used for training and development. Webinar for communication, for celebration, for recognition, everything. So again, If I am working online, webinar should happen daily, calls should happen daily, recognition, success stories, testimonials, just like, casual chit chat, live Q&A sessions, how to trainings. It could be simple. How to be a manager in 3-4 months. How to be a wellness star in my team. How to be a goal director, say, like, with my network. Because if you have created nice trainings and you keep on doing these trainings to your people, you keep on motivating them to reach new levels, they will have more faith in you. And it becomes easier doing all of those things online. That's why we have seen that people who are working online, they are growing really, really fast. Why? Because you have the access to everything right from the convenience of your home, and you can reach out to masses. And in offline, I do not have that feasibility. And right now the situation is such, I cannot go out. I cannot meet people. Even if I go out, I'll be so, uncomfortable. And online tools are the answer. So again, you figure out what is that your plan for WhatsApp is. If you are connecting your Facebook and Instagram, what content and what strategy you have for Instagram. You are using a Zoom or any other recruitment or any other webinar tool. So what kind of webinars are you doing? Okay, very important that we ask ourselves these questions, because then only we'll understand how exactly our potential as a leader holds. We have YouTube as well, because video content is very, very much in demand. Lot of people are going for the live content, the video content. And again, it proves that YouTube is growing stronger and faster, and particularly in India, one of the largest markets for YouTube. An amazing platform to talk about catalog, to talk about products, to talk about lifestyle, to talk about business and events. Everything could be promoted on YouTube. But yes, again, it's not important that I have to be on YouTube. For example, if I'm not camera friendly, I cannot talk confidently. I do not know how to do slide editing, bare minimum editing. Not that it has to be full of jazz. No. But if I do not possess that, maybe YouTube is not right for me. Maybe not at this point of time. Who knows, after 2 years, I'll be so confident, I'll be so comfortable that I can have a really, really amazing YouTube channel as well. But it's not about jumping from one platform to another without thorough checking, without understanding what is that I'm doing. Because I have seen in these 2 years, lot of people, they do the same mistake. They are not well versed with one platform and they start prospecting on LinkedIn. They start prospecting on Instagram. Their Facebook is not done yet. But again, it's not necessary you have to start with Facebook. If you are someone who has a knack for good content, can stay online most of the time, create attractive stories and all, Instagram will work wonders for you. If you are someone who wants to position themselves as an entrepreneur, talk about business, talk about ideas, talk about tools, talk about networking, talk about all the mandatory skills for business along with your team, network, success, then again, Facebook and LinkedIn will work amazing for you. So it's all about understanding, like, what my requirement is, also what my personality suits the most as of now. And accordingly take a call where is that you should be prospecting. Like LinkedIn I talked about. Amazing community, but the kind of content which you do on Facebook, not necessarily the same content will work here. And not necessarily you have to post with the same frequency. For LinkedIn, if you do 2 posts in a week, that is considered to be optimal. Instagram, no, you have to post maybe every day, or you have to post 4 or 5 times a week, and you have to be active on stories, highlights. That component has to be driven every day. So these platforms are different and they demand different attributes. So that is what we need to understand. Similarly, we have the option to create a website as well. And a lot of people have this mistake that website should just be created. But then you ask them, okay, how do you optimize that website? What all content you should have on your website? How your website has to be structured? How do you capture the leads? How do you filter the leads? How do you position your personal brand there? And how do you ensure that website is being discovered? That is most important question to ask. It's not having a website, it is having the thought behind the website which is important. In past as well, I have seen a lot of brand partners, they created amazingly, astonishingly, like, huge websites with lot of page, lot of content. But was that content optimized? Did it filter the leads? Did it follow the appropriate guidelines and code of ethics policy of Oriflame? And these things matter a lot. Why? Because now that we are going digital, now that every business is operating digitally, even the traditional businesses are revamping using digital trends and technology, it's important for us to also take a leap. But one thing here which we should understand is that websites are very, very critical. I ideally recommend websites to the goal directors and above. Why? Because then you have more things to showcase on website. You have a strong network, you have national, international travel, you have recognition, you have cash award, you have a good lifestyle, you have more confidence as an entrepreneur, you have everything to create an amazing website now. And also when you create a website, it has to be structured in a way that it is optimized, which is important. Now, for example, your website should definitely, so anyone who is creating your website, they should be very well versed with the Google Analytics. Your website should have the keywords like work from home, online business, digital entrepreneurship, women empowerment, about beauty, skincare. Depends, like, what kind of website you want to create. Why? Because that is the only thing which will make your website discoverable. So many people, like there are more, close to 15 crore people, I think, who have lost their jobs as of now in India. How do you think these people will get their new jobs or new sources of income? All of them will not come on social media. All of them will not come on Instagram. The majority of them will go to Google and they will search in Google, right? And in Google, they will look for example, part-time income, part-time jobs, on work from home, work online. Now imagine if you have a website which is structured properly, if you have a website which has the right content and it's optimized properly, there is a very, very good chance that all these people who go to Google, who look for, such kind of opportunities, they might be able to discover you. And the moment they click on your website and they see an amazing website, such a good positioning of personal brand, where you talk about business, you talk about achievements, you talk about what you can do for them, it means that they are convinced. And all the people who reach out to you from our website, they are qualified leads. It means that they went through your website, they like the content there, they like the overall appeal there. Now they just are interested and they want to know more about you. So it means that we need to understand having a website is not a big deal. Everyone can have a website, but is it optimized? It's structured properly? These are the things which matter a lot. And in fact, also today websites are not like traditional websites. Today we have more trendy websites. Today the websites focus more on the overall design and the user experience, that it should be smooth, it should be easy, it should load quicker, it should have just to the point content. So a lot of things are changing, and digital is one thing which is very dynamic. That is what makes it so interesting. So things which used to happen 2 years before, a lot of them have changed because technology keeps on upgrading. And that is what makes digital so fascinating. Why? Because we need to be updated all the time. And that's why digital is staying, it's the future. And it's right time that we take this leap. It's right time that we understand the importance and start using these online and social media resources we have. But that's not enough. There are n number of tools, but few tools are again very important. Now, for example, you picked social media. In social media, you chose Instagram and Facebook as your primary prospecting platforms. But for prospecting, you also need to create good content, original content, valued content. and we need certain apps, we need certain resources so that we can polish our content. Okay. And for that, the first resource I mentioned is Facebook Ads Manager app. So a lot of you who might not have laptop, you still can run ads. You still can promote your business. So please ensure that you have the Facebook Ads Manager app in your smartphone and you start running ads using that app. Then another important resource I talk about is Grammarly, and it is very, very important for each one of us. It also is very imperative from the Facebook ad policies point of view. There is a very big clause in the Facebook ad policies which says that, hey, your ads might get rejected if there are spelling errors or grammatical errors. Very important to understand. It means that if there are spelling errors, if there are grammatical errors in your Facebook ad, it will be rejected. That promotion will not be approved. And also, it's not just from the approval perspective. It also reflects really bad on my personal brand. Now imagine I promote myself as a digital entrepreneur, but if my spelling of entrepreneur is not right, so somebody coming onto my page, they will be just, it will be such a turn off for them. They're like, oh my God, like, this person says he or she is a digital entrepreneur, but they do not know the spelling of entrepreneur. In your about section, if there are spelling errors, these things do not reflect really, really good. And that is something we need to understand. And that's why you have the Grammarly.com, or you can just install the mobile app Grammarly from the Play Store or the App Store. And then you can create mistake-free content. It eliminates the wrong words, provided you with the feasible suggestions. Any grammatical error, any spelling error gets highlighted, and you have the options to resolve that. So ensure that if these are the problems you are facing. I'm not saying that everyone has these problems, but maybe majority of us have. But we have the tools. Why not use those tools? And that's why use Grammarly to correct and make your content more impactful. Then for the video content, n number of resources we have, but I will primarily like to talk about few things which I have not mentioned here. So for people who have iPhone, you have the iMovie. It's a very, very nice and sleek app, very apt for creating any kind of content. But other than that, of course, InShot is something which is again a very beautiful app, helps you to create really good video content. But it also depends what kind of content you want to create. So for example, tomorrow you want to create a content for catalog with your voiceover, then KineMaster is a really nice app for that. But still, I will recommend just download few apps and work on them and understand how to function on those apps. So iMovie for iPhone holders. But other than that, you have your Magisto. It's a really beautiful app. You have your InShot, again a really amazing app. You have Filmora Go, again a really nice app to create amazing video content. And if you just do a simple YouTube search, you will even find more resources, amazing apps which help you to create good quality content for your social media and for your business. But yes, Canva needs a special mention. Why? Because Canva is not just a video editing or a picture editing app. Canva is a business support app. On Canva, you can create anything. You can create ad templates, you can create social media templates, you can create flyers, you can create brochures, you can create certificates, you can create business cards, you can create logos. So everything your digital business needs, all of that design can be procured from Canva. So again, a very, very amazing app, and particularly for the business we are in, it makes sense that we should know Canva in and out. And I will have a training on Canva on Thursday and Friday. Thursday it will be Hindi and Friday it will be English. And I'll just talk about Canva that day, and I'll give a demo on how to use Canva, what all features, what all options do we have in order to make our content beautiful and impactful. And then in order to transfer the big files, we have WeTransfer, but it's still functional, but there are certain speculations that it's not working for most of you. But other than that, we have other resources like FromSmash.com or say transfernow.net. And these are again few resources which help us to send the big files. So you have to share a video recording with someone, you have to share a PPT with someone, and that PPT or that file cannot be sent through the usual email or say WhatsApp, because the file size is huge. We cannot take a pen drive and give to that person who lives say 1,000 kilometers far away from us, right? So what we do is we use any online transfer tool which helps us to create a unique link so that people can download that content. So again, it's very important to understand what all tools I need. So you need social media tools, couple of them to prospect, promote your personal brand and generate leads. You need couple of good video and picture editing apps to make your content and your business look more professional and more efficient and elegant. You need Grammarly so that you have to just get rid of any grammatical or spelling errors you might have in your content. And then of course, maybe some transfer element which can help you to transfer big files. So it's not like, a lot, but yes, takes time. So please take care of what is that you need to sustain into this business, and most importantly, what all is that you need to grow really fast onto that business. Okay, now that we talked about the first component where I'll give you an overview of the digital tools, I'll go to the second section of the training where I'll talk about the Facebook ad planner. Okay, so in Facebook ad planner, first thing we need to understand that we need to plan our Facebook advertising. Lot of people do the same mistake. They will just not understand the Facebook ad tool. They do not understand all the dynamics, and then they start running ads without even properly understanding what works and what does not. Because as I mentioned, because these are proper tools, and if we are not being careful there, we might be flagged, we might be identified as spammers, we might not be allowed to certain features of those tools which we have. So whenever I have to plan my advertising, few things I need to keep in my mind. First, my target audience. Who is that I'm targeting? My budget. Hey, how is that I can invest and how much I can invest on monthly basis? Content. What kind of content should I create to attract those people to my business? Okay. And these are three important things. So ideally, the first thing you start with is your budget. Why? Because we all have different spending capabilities. Some of you can spend only 5,000 rupees a month. Some of you can spend 20,000 a month, and some of you can even spend 50,000 rupees a month. It depends upon what kind of requirements you have. Maybe for a website, you will have to invest a lot. It's costly. A good website costs a good sum of money. For advertisement, because they are getting costlier, you have to pay a good amount to your freelancers or to your advertisers. But community posting is free, but for that again you can get some nice templates created. So if you have someone who is helping you out, so what you can do is, hey, I want a nice template to be created which I can post into different communities. You can do that as well, like a personal story. But people who are doing for themselves, I really appreciate it because it takes time, but it's very important that we understand all of these things by ourselves as well. So the first thing I decide is budget. How is that I can spend monthly? Second thing, target. Now, for example, if my budget is 10,000 rupees and for the month of June, I have 10,000 rupees with me. And these 10,000 rupees I want to spend on advertising. Okay, I'm just keeping my budget for advertising as of now. So I have 10,000 rupees and this 10,000 rupee I want to spend on my advertising. So first thing I will decide is on my budget, which is 10,000 rupees. Now I will decide on my target audience. Okay, out of those 10,000 rupees, I'll be doing promotions, but who am I targeting? Am I reaching out to students? Am I reaching out to working mothers? Am I reaching out to homemakers? Am I reaching out to couples? Am I reaching out to single men? It's all we need to decide. Why? Because this is our business and we need to take a call. So, what is your business like? Who is your target audience like? That is something you know best than anybody else. And ideally, your primary target audience is the set of people who are just like you. So if I'm someone who is from a middle class family, I had a really basic education, I'm a homemaker in today's time, my ad should focus more on homemaker categories. If I'm someone who comes from a corporate background and I have a fascinating story to tell people, how did I quit my job? How did I start this business? What kind of success I have? What kind of challenge I faced? I should be primarily prospecting working women. Why? Because they will understand it. We have very mutual interest to talk about. It's not that you cannot prospect in other categories, you cannot target students. You can, definitely you can. But your primary target audience should be the one who you relate the most, because that is the key to success here. Both from the content perspective and from the advertising perspective. Your content, your advertisement should focus on your target audience the most, because that is easiest way to create relevance, create community, and create a strong personal brand. So once you define on the target as well, hey, these 10,000 rupees I have, I'll be targeting working women. But yes, I'll just create two ads, 5,000 rupees each. One ad I'll be targeting into some North Indian cities and another ad I'll target into some of the South Indian cities. Okay, it is decided. Two ads for 10,000 rupees, 5,000 each budget, one happening for North India, one happening for South India. Now, please, correct me if I'm wrong. If I am running two ads, one is happening for North India and another is happening for South India, can my content be the same for both these advertisements? Or you think no, we can have a different caption and a different picture for North India, and likewise we will have a different caption and a different picture for South India. Which approach should you ideally take? Of course, use the second one. Not why not the first one? Why not have just one ad and use it to target into two different regions? Because it does not have much relevance. So of course, what I do is I figure out my budget, I understand my target audience, then I create relevant content to my target audience. So if I'm running two ads, so I'll have a different kind of write-up, I will have a different kind of caption which will work better in South India. And similarly, I can create a kind of picture, a video, and a caption which will work better in North India. And that is why advertisers are really, really smart and they charge too much. Why? Because they understand those dynamics. They know a lot of you are facing problems with getting your ads approved. Why? Maybe we are using work from home, we are using investment, we are using bad grammar, spelling error. But advertisers know all of these, they understand the policies and they get your ads approved. If you are someone who is doing it by yourself, please keep on doing it and empower your team to do it as well. But if you do not have plan for all of this, because it's not just about organic growth, it takes time. You have to invest something into advertisements one or the other way, because that is the only way to get more business out of social media. So please find a nice freelance advertiser for yourself, or if you have an agency, talk to them and get your ads started, because it means that once your ads are happening, the quick business is happening. You have leads coming in and you have a nice follow-up strategy. You have good recruitment templates. You have a proper calling system. You understand how do you recruit those people. Okay, so it's all about system, which I talked about in the SARPO. So if you have a nice recruitment funnel, you should prospect massively. Why? Because you'll be recruiting more and more people now. It's as simple as that. Okay, so think from that perspective. And if I have to set up an advertising plan now, for example, I do not have too much of money with me. And now imagine I have only 3,000 rupees. And honestly, 3,000 rupees is not a great budget, but still, hey, I want to invest. I want to see how much I can get out of social media if I spend 3,000 rupees in entire month. Okay. The first thing you do is you split your budget. Never ever lay all your eggs in one basket. It's always a good idea that you are splitting your money into different kind of promotions. And for this budget, of course, I will recommend you 3 sets of promotion. So how can you split that budget? The first thing you do is you promote your page. Very, very important. Second thing is you take some budget to boost your content. Very, very important. And why? I talked about it in detail in my last training, which was exclusively about page promotions only, where I talked about importance of promoting your page and I talked about importance of doing boost. And I also gave demo on how you can do both. Okay. So we are doing the right trainings. We are providing you the right input. It's time that you step up and start implementing all these things because that is the only way to go forward. Now in promote page, I have kept a separate sum of 500 rupees and I want to run one like campaign for my page. Basically, you promote your page so that more and more people like it. Now, if you spend 500 rupees, approximately you might get close to 150 or maximum 200 monthly likes using that budget. It ensures that you are having a community. Now, for example, we talked about organic reach, which is declining, which is depleting. But if you have a community, the organic reach will be better. Your content is reaching to more people. And also community gives you more credibility. If you have 10,000 followers, 10,000 page likes, it means that, hey, people have followed you because, you have certain value, certain weight you carry into that particular category. Okay. Then I need to do the boost post as well, and not necessary that I have to boost just one post for 500 rupees. No, I kept another separate 500 rupees, and now what I do is I invest them into different 5 different boost posts. So I can do one boost post for 24 hours and I can spend rupees 100 75 rupees with some budget close to 100 rupees. It's happening. So maybe I did a live video, I had some testimony, I shared some success story. It means that it's time that I invest some 75 to 100 rupees onto that boost post. Why? Because it will reach to more and more people. And ideally with the budget of 500, your content will reach to 3,000 to 9,000 people on an average. And this again promotes your brand. It gives you more engagement. It gives you more visibility. Again, I would like to emphasize on one thing that when you promote your page, when you boost your content, they do not guarantee you lead generation. But yes, now imagine you are promoting your page and the moment I saw you have a really nice profile picture, the cover image is really, really attractive and you have mentioned about your branding and business. And then I checked your timeline and you have been talking about business empowerment or maybe whatever your personal brand is. And I got really, really attracted and I might drop you a message. Hey, can you tell me more about this club or tell me more about your online initiative, right? So again, it's about having right presence. So that's why first thing you do for your social media marketing is you organize your profile. You have a nice and attractive bio section. You have a nice profile picture. You have attractive and business centered cover image. You post valuable content because tomorrow when people will start flooding in, they will start visiting your page. They see your content. They will check you onto the social media and that is when they will get attracted or repelled. Now imagine I have a really bad language happening there. There are spelling errors. My profile picture looks very dark and dull. My cover image is some random cover I have chosen from, say, a Google or somewhere. These people will not be convinced. These people will not be inspired. That's why people who have a nice presence, when they promote their content, when they promote their page, they keep on getting leads as well because people get attracted to their presence on social media. It's very, very important and that is very critical for our business. Last but not least, I will just like to modify this slide. So I will ideally recommend you do one or maybe you do. Sorry, I had to update this. Why? Because Facebook advertising is changing. So Facebook advertising a year back was not that costly, but now it has become costly. Earlier for your daily boost post, it was only 40 rupees. Now you have to pay 75 rupees. Earlier, on the basis of filtration you do for your leads, they will cost you around 20, 30, 40 rupees. But now the same leads are costing you 45 rupees, 65 rupees, 75 rupees. And in some cases, if you are just adding more filters, the leads are as high as 120, 150 rupees per lead on Facebook. And that's again something we need to understand. So ideally, if you are investing 2000 rupees and you do the basic filtration, it means that you are choosing the gender, age, location, and maybe one filter, you might get close to good set of 50 or more leads, not more than that. Ideally. And again, why do you need to invest in the message ad? And of course, towards the end of this month, I will be giving you a demo on how to run Facebook messages ad as well. It has a better conversion potential for you because it's more interactive and recruitment becomes easier using this kind of ad format. Okay, but again, you see that if I just have 3000 rupees, I can still plan my promotion. Now imagine if you have more budget, how much more you can do by experimenting with different target audiences, experimenting with different ad formats, using all your experience into business to bring more people, to attract more people to your system. It's very easy to do if you know how to do it, or you can just maybe outsource your advertising if you are facing too many problems, and which is very much understood because not necessarily that will have expertise everywhere. And if we have to understand why is this important, because this is one of the fastest ways to get onto top of the success plan. If you have this system in process, you will grow really, really fast. And what is that system? First, have an aggressive lead generation system in place that, hey, we will work together as a network. Now, for example, I might not have the spending capability that I can spend 10,000 by myself, but I can spend 5,000. Now, if we are working as a team, 4 or 5 people, and each one of us can contribute say 5,000 each, and we have some 25, 30,000. I will recommend just go for the aggressive lead generation lead generation advertisement, and in 30,000 you might attract close to 600 people on an average. Now imagine as a team you spend 30,000 on advertisements and some 400, 600 people reached out to you. Now you have the aggressive recruitment system in place. So all the leads coming your way, you are chatting with them, you are sending them the right templates, right business communication. You have a calling team in place, you are calling them and you are recruiting them into your system. And ideally, if your recruitment process is good, you will be able to recruit ideally on 10 to 20% basis. Now imagine 100 leads came in, my team followed up, we sent our recruitment messages, we called them, or we did an OM. However, I am recruiting, I was able to recruit 20 people out of 100. And out of those, I have 10 qualified recruits. It again indicates something. It indicates about the sustainability and the strength of your system. It means that, okay, my prospecting is on point. My recruitment is happening really great. And yes, post recruitment, my follow-up system, my training system, and how do I motivate people to place their orders and be part of my growth and acceleration program, it's working. And then eventually you see there are new managers coming up. Congratulations. It means it's working amazing. And this is something which you need to keep on doing continuously. Keep on generating leads, keep on following up, keep on recruiting, have proper trainings happening, and do this thing for 3 months. Just try me. 3 months, keep on doing the same thing with great enthusiasm. Do it together as a team, work together, have a strong follow-up system, have a great recruitment strategy, Have trainings happening every day on webinar, and then you will see that your business is totally transforming. All it will take for you is 3 months. And for that, again, see, you are not spending too much time on prospecting. Why? Because as a team, you contributed some amount and you gave it to a freelancer, and that person is providing you leads. That person's job is done because they are professionals. They can help you providing great quality leads. But your team is following up, communicating, recruiting, bringing them into the system. And that is the only way you can get most of what you are advertising. Otherwise, a lot of people do the same mistake. They generate leads, but then they have no idea. How do I talk to those leads? What kind of recruitment templates I can make for my business? What kind of communication I should be sending out to those people? Do I have a really nice online opportunity meeting to recruit those people on webinars? And that is why it's important to work on the basis of the system. Okay, so please, maybe you need to try this method and do this repeatedly, consistently, continuously, and 3 months is it all will take for you to have an amazing structure ready that you are growing in titles, and people who are joining you, they are growing as well. But it has to be done together as a team, continuously, rigorously, every day, all the time. 3 months, things will change for you. But if I'm just being too casual, just not being too consistent, I spend 2-3 hours in day, that too, like, not with utmost interest, then of course it's a problem. Then I might not grow as per my expectations. I might be like, we have seen people who opened the title of Diamond Director in 2.5 years. Or maybe they completed their diamond in 2.5 years. How is it possible? Because they work on the same system. And the system is totally nutshell what we have in this slide. Lead generation, focus on as many leads as you can generate. Recruitment, follow up. Bring them online, bring them on WhatsApp, bring them on webinars, recruit, train them. And not necessarily all trainings you are doing. Just make them people attend trainings from your Oriflame India as well. So they are joining digital trainings, they are joining skincare training, they are joining wellness trainings, and these people feel the heat. They feel that, hey, this is so real. And that is one way that people get to understand the importance of this business. Okay, so identify if you want to work together as a team, find a good freelance advertiser for yourself who can provide you good set of leads on daily basis. But as a team, follow up, recruit, and train. And that is something you need to keep on doing consistently. And that is something which will provide you great results working on social media. And that is the secret recipe to quick results and success on social media. Okay. Now, how do we get started? Now, running an ad. How is that I get started? The first thing I talked about is that you should understand now that I know my budget, right? My budget is, for example, 3,000 rupees, 5,000, 10,000, 30,000. It could be even 1 lakh, right? There are big businesses who keep on investing like 70, 80 lakh rupees in one ad. It depends upon my requirement and it depends upon my capabilities. So whatever my budget is, my other plans remain the same. The first is that I need to understand who I am exactly targeting. And here we have a very interesting perspective. Why? Because Oriflame as a business is for each and everyone. Anyone who is of legal age, no matter their race, ethnicity, caste, religion, their beliefs, everyone can be part of Oriflame. But does that mean you should be prospecting each and everyone? You should be running ads for each and everyone? No. Your majority of the ads, your majority of the prospecting should happen for the people who are very much like you. I'm a student, I should be prospecting primarily in the student community. I am a working mother and I'm turned into entrepreneur, I should be prospecting into the working moms community more because we have common interest. We have shared life interest and stories to talk about, and that is how recruitment becomes better. It's all about creating a relevance. Okay. Now, for example, for the illustration purposes, we are using today's target segment like working mothers. Okay. Now, once I plan my advertisement for a working mother, the mistake most of us do is that we advertise with sole objective of lead generation. Somehow, one or the other way, maybe these people should reach out to me, which is okay. It's not wrong, but it's lot of push into such kind of content. Rather, my objective, my perspective should be such that I need to understand that, hey, I am not forcing you to send me your details. Rather, I have a better alternative for you. I am here to help you. I am here to provide you with right solutions for your career. I have a better opportunity for you so that you can earn more income while you can take care of your family, take care of your newborn, take care of your little one back home. And that is very important. Because if my content is too pushy, it's like a clickbait kind of content where I just want people to send me their details. Such things do not long last on social media. And that's why whenever I plan my advertising, I need to keep on I need to understand that, hey, what is that my target audience would be interested in? So working mothers, what kind of problems do they face? Okay, they do not get to spend time with their kids and family. So it is an amazing way to create an ad. Join my online team and enjoy a great work-life balance like never before. Do you want to know about my business opportunity? As simple as that. Any working woman immediately will click on that ad. Why? Because you're talking about work-life balance. But homemaker, can you send her the same ad? Ideally not, because she's at home only. She's having a good balance there. So it's all about figuring out my target audience. Who is that I'm reaching out to? Okay, flexibility, be your own boss. Lot of us maybe do not like our bosses. Most of the times people quit their jobs because their boss is being very strict onto them, and they are so fed up of that kind of harassment, that kind of manipulation all the time, that they end up quitting their jobs. Their good careers come to standstill. Lot of people, and particularly in India, it has been observed that most of the people do not have any savings, and post retirement they do not have any plans. And you can tell them, hey, do you think your job will sustain you for that long? Why not come on to something that you can secure your future? So it's all about creating that psychology and providing them with right input that I'm here to help you. I have a better career opportunity for you. I have a better and flexible work alternative for you, where you do not compromise on your dreams, you do not compromise on your lifestyle, and at the same time you get to work from the comfort of your home. You get to work on digital and online tools, and that is what will attract them. Okay, so we just need to understand that. And similarly for students, we can have different incentives. For homemakers, a different incentive. So what I'm trying to say is that ad cannot be the same all the time, that I'm running just one ad to each and everyone. It does not work like that. I need to create curated ads. I need to create personalized ads which are meant for my target audience, which create the right impulse and buzz in my target audience. And that is why advertising is tricky. Otherwise, everyone can run ads. But understanding these dynamics need a creative space. And that's why if you are facing problems, please take help. There's no denying onto that front. You can take help, okay? And once I figure out my target audience, then I need to work on my content. And I say, okay, I want to create an ad where I talk about work-life balance. Then what kind of picture should I be using? Should the picture be too bright or too dim? We need to ask ourselves these questions time and again. And of course, use real pictures of yourself with a team. For example, a group of women posing very happily. It could be an amazing picture for the ad. Or you can create nice stock content using Canva or Photo Studio, Creator Studio in the Facebook, and use that stock content to run ads. But images have to be clear, they have to be bright, they have to look light and pleasant. They cannot be too flashy, they cannot be too dim. And yes, it has to convey the business and services. So if I'm talking about work-life balance, maybe I just have a picture with my baby and laptop side by and we are enjoying the coffee. It will be a really good ad which will attract working mothers to your and mothers to your offering. Yes, something which I need to avoid that dark colors are not liked. So your dark color pictures, black pictures with the background, with the black background, dark background, please do not use that. Do not use image which have a lot of text onto them. And for advertising, please avoid before and after pictures because that goes against the ad policy. You can never run ads using before and after pictures. Okay. One thing you also need to be careful with is that avoid unnecessary editing. Lot of the times people add unnecessary hearts, flowers, etc. onto their pictures. No, that looks bad. And yes, for any kind of promotion, please do not use Oriflame logo or Oriflame in the caption. For example, you cannot run ad saying that, hey, I'm hiring for Oriflame or join my Oriflame team. No, that is not allowed. That goes against the digital guidelines we have. Okay. And similarly, one thing I need to consider here is that what should my copy like means the content I should use that. And again, the content should match my visual. For example, if I'm targeting working mothers, having a work-life balance in my caption makes sense. But same caption cannot complement with maybe students or say a homemaker, right? So it has to match my target audience and the kind of creative visual I'm using, the picture I'm using. Another thing we need to understand here, which is very important, that we have to stick to one clear-cut call to action. Lot of the times the problem which people face into their advertisement is they give the link to their WhatsApp into their ads, which is a very bad strategy. Facebook does not like that at all. So never ever give link to your WhatsApp into your caption. Avoid doing that. Say no to jargon. It means that I do not have to be too fancy. The simple original writing works the best. Just be yourself. A simple and understandable language is more than enough to create interest in someone. And focus on short and crisp copies. But yes, your content should never promote network marketing. So work from home should not ideally be used in the caption. You cannot talk about make money, get rich, earn income, because these are all part of the network marketing MLM keyword set, and your ads will not be approved. Never ever make grammatical mistakes or spelling errors because your ads will not be approved. And sometimes when you write in caps locks, right? So if you are writing a lot of capital letters in your ad, you are using unnecessary punctuations, emojis and all, Facebook might again disapprove your ad. And same recommendation for the videos as well. And one important thing which I have is the analytics. It means that Facebook ad manager provides me the complete overview of my advertising, and I can monitor my advertising. And through my advertising, I get to know what kind of clicks I am getting, what kind of engagement I am getting, how much my per lead is coming at, whether I am getting any results or not, whether my ad is reaching to my target audience or not. So all of these things are there, and please be careful with it. Monitor your ad. Again, just sorry guys, because ad prices keep on changing. I need to update it here. So if you look at it, start with a smaller budget. ideally 250 a day is okay. It's not great budget, but it is still okay. You might get some set of leads using that budget. But you cannot have 250 and run your ad for 4 days. It will not run. So ideally for 24 hours, 250 is acceptable. Okay. But not a great budget, because 24 hours you spend 1,000-1,500 rupees, you will get better leads and more leads in your inbox. Because 250 will not provide you too many leads. If your cost per lead is 50 rupees, so you might get 4-5 leads. That's it. If your cost is coming around 20, then maybe you get like 10-12 leads, right? So that's about it. And that's why we need to understand that the budget and the duration should complement each other, and I need to spend more and more budget on my message ad. And then I have the option, if my ad is not performing, it's reaching to limited audience, I can tweak it, I can edit it. Maybe I change my targeting, I made my caption better, and then I understand how it is working after that. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll quickly discuss the last section of today's training, which is the Facebook ad review process, which is the Facebook ad policies and the ad review process. And the first thing we discuss here is the Facebook ad review process. Why? Because if our ads are getting rejected, we do not know what exactly the mechanism is. It's very difficult for us to understand why my ads are getting rejected. So when we talk about the ad review process, it has been observed that Facebook has never ever talked publicly about how the ads are approved or how the ads are rejected. It's not public. So Facebook has its own moderation and review panel, and that is where all the things happen. And Facebook has become public about so many things, about engagement, about algorithms, about new features. But Facebook never ever talked about the ad review process. And now, considering on the experience which I want to share, is that I believe that Facebook ad process is both manual as well as automatic. Why? Because sometimes when you run an ad, ideally your ad gets approved in 30 minutes, but sometimes you see your ad gets approved within 10 minutes only. Now there are 2.5 million and more advertisers on Facebook. And if I'm running an ad, it's getting approved within 10 minutes only. That means that, hey, it got approved automatically. It's not possible manually that I posted in an ad and there are 2.5 million advertisers and my ad got rejected, approved just within 10 minutes. So it proves that the Facebook ad review process is automatic. But then some ads are getting approved under 10 minutes, but then they are rejected maybe 24 hours later or within those 24 hours. It means that, hey, my ad got approved automatically the first time, but then someone checked my ad later and they figured out, hey, there is something wrong with this ad, and then they rejected it. So this proves that the Facebook ad process is both is manual in nature as well. There is something which happens as well. Sometimes when you run an ad, particularly in the COVID situation, it does not get approved easily, and your ads are approved after 24 hours, after 32 hours, 36 hours. And this again proves that it went directly to the manual review. It means that some person will review my ad and then approve or reject it. So this completely proves that the Facebook ad process is both automatic as well as manual, and I need to be really onto the good side of Facebook. So if you have been advertising properly, you have been advertising regularly, you will not face this difficulty. You will see that your ads are getting approved quickly and you are getting better results. But if I am not a very active advertiser, I have not advertised before, and then I make some errors, small errors, my ads will be disapproved. And now, now imagine my 4-5 ads are getting disapproved altogether. Then Facebook will flag my account, and that is a problem. And that is why if your ads are getting disapproved, please do not keep on running the same ad again and again. In that case, Facebook will never ever approve your ads in the future. And how do you get your ads from getting rejected? The answer is very simple, that stay on the good side of Facebook. And it's very fascinating as well. Why? Because Facebook says very clearly that, hey, see, to me, the advertiser is not important. To me, the user is important. And that is why a lot of the social media platforms vanished. How many of you remember Orkut? How many of you remember Hi5 or MySpace? They used to be very popular social media platforms, but in today's time, they do not exist. Why? Because privacy was one concern, but also they gave lot of space to advertisers. But Facebook, on contrary, says that I am user friendly. Why? Because if I have billions of users worldwide, that is why people come and advertise there. Now imagine if I'm approving any kind of ad, I'm not being very vigilant onto the quality and the content. Then what will happen is that people will start leaving my platform. Now imagine if I see one ad again and again, I see ad with spelling errors, I see ad which are just pushy and promotional in nature, I will get fed up of Facebook. I'll just stop using it. And like that, millions of users will stop using Facebook. So the Facebook will lose its popularity. That is why Facebook says that I am user friendly. I will show you content which is meant for you, content you are most interested in. And that is why we need to understand that we have to be on the good side of Facebook. So every time we create content, we run an ad, we should ask ourselves, will my target audience like that? Will they be really happy seeing this kind of content? Is there something missing in this content? Should I just update it a bit more? Should I just improve the caption? And that is again very, very important for your ad promotions. Okay, and that is the only way you can have better results and better conversion happening, because Facebook says that when you get into the mindset of the user, you understand, like, for example, the working mother, you got in the mindset, okay, they might like work-life balance. And when you do ads like that, they get approved, and of course your conversion rate goes up as well. As simple as that. It's all about advertising. It's all about how you advertise. Now for image, whenever you want to use pictures for your advertisement, you can use your personal pictures, you can use your team pictures, you can edit those pictures using Canva or other tools, you can use stock content. But one thing is very clear, that you need to have a very limited amount of text onto your image, very limited amount of text. Earlier, Facebook had a rule which was called 20% rule. And that rule said, if your image has more than 20% of text, it will not be approved. And then there was a separate grid tool, Facebook grid we used to call it. And you will have to upload your image first onto the grid tool. Then it will check for the quality, the amount of the content you have put there. And if it's more than 20%, Facebook will say, sorry, this image cannot be used for an ad. Now Facebook has totally abolished that feature. That does not exist anymore. But Facebook very clearly says in its policy that if your image has a lot of text, it will not be rejected. I will approve it. But there is high probability that it might not function, it might not perform, and it will be very costly. Even if you are getting leads, but they are coming at a really huge cost, and also not a great quality leads you are getting. Because content overlaps with your text, if text overlaps with your image, it's a bad sign for advertising. So it has to be minimal, crisp, to the point content onto your image. And again, if you want to check how your image is being rated on terms of the content index, there is a link I have provided, which is text overlay. You can upload your image there, and it will tell you whether your image is okay, has a low content, it has a medium content or high content. Ideally, you should go for the okay one. It's okay means it's perfect in terms of content. Okay. Then one thing you need to understand is that you can never ever promote before and after pictures. Never. I mean, for advertising. because Facebook does not like before and after image, whether it is a weight loss journey, it is a transformation of someone from rich to poor, it's a poor to rich story. It is about, wrinkly and bad looking skin to some amazing looking skin, but before and after advertisement does not happen. Why? Because Facebook says that it's very sensitive. Facebook says that I do not want you to make users feel bad about themselves. So for example, you are promoting wellness, but you show someone with, flat belly, Facebook will not approve that ad. You are promoting consultation using a Novage or skincare, Novage or say Optimals, but here you are showing, one side of face like this and another one like this ad will not be approved. Even if that is a real testimonial, but Facebook does not entertain before and after images for advertisement. And for text, we need to be careful with certain things, and copy means like, the caption. And Facebook very clearly says that most of your ads which are getting rejected are because of the captions, the kind of captions you use. Now, am I allowed to mention Facebook in the caption? Yes, you are, but there are certain rules about it. Now, for example, you are promoting your Facebook event. You are promoting your Facebook Live and you want to talk about Facebook Live as well in your content. That is allowed. But yes, the Facebook has to be starting with capital letter. That is caps mein you have to write the effort. And style, it should be exactly like, Facebook. It cannot be like, there are gaps in between, or I cannot even like, give it certain action like, Facebooking, or I can use the acronym like FB. In that case, my ad will not, or my promotion will not be approved. The major reason for ads getting disapproved is personal attributes. And lot of the times when our ads are getting rejected, it might be because of the personal attributes only, and we do not realize that. And why is that important? See, personal attribute means that when we reach out to someone, which implies directly person's race, ethnicity, religion, belief, any kind of like, body issues, medical condition. So it becomes very, very difficult. And Facebook says that all the ads which use personal attributes have higher chances of getting rejected. Why is it important? First, it freaks out people because how does Facebook know that I am facing this thing in my life? For example, somebody is really low on money, they have lost their job, and suddenly they see the ad on their timeline. Hey, are you really low on money because you lost your job? Consult, connect us today for a free consultation about online career. That is not the right way to advertise. Why? Because that might trigger that person even more, and that person will be freaked out. How do they know that I do not have a job? And also, it violates the very core ethic and principle of Facebook, which is that you might be harassing, or you might be like, provoking that person. A simple example I will again like to highlight here is just few days back we heard this tragic news about Sushant Singh Rajput, right? And we know that, how important mental health is, how important we need to talk about it. Now there are so many medical prescriptions for depression. There are so many psychiatrists and psychologists like, who act as counselors and talk to people. Now someone just advertise saying something like that. Hey, are you really feeling anxious and depressed in your life? Please join me online for free consultation. Even the objective or the instinct is right, but the language is not. Why? Because it might provoke someone. So that's why whenever you are putting up captions, please use the positive and the affirmative language. The kind of caption which will bring more cheer, joy, confidence, uplift that person, not bring them down. not make them feel bad about self, not provoke them or create unnecessary thought in their mind. So that's why you have to be careful while you run ads, whether you are promoting your skincare consultations, you are promoting your wellness routines, or you want to talk about career, empowerment, business. Very careful how do we promote our business. Now, for example, I'm looking for women in North India for my beauty business. That is an okay caption, no problem in that. But yes, I am looking for dynamic female and other North Indian women, then it becomes problematic because we use the word other. So ideally, if you look at it, Facebook very clearly tells you that ideally in your ad, avoid using these two words. You and other should be avoided in most of the conditions possible. Age, I'm looking for young women to join my online business. That is okay. That is not any special ethnic group or something. It's young women. It's just like an age. But yes, if I'm just being too specific, only between 18 to 25, it means that okay, the woman who is 26, isn't she young? Hasn't she every right to feel young? You see, this is all small wordplay which might make your ad get rejected and disapproved. Financial status, for example, join me today to start your own home-based online business. Yes, okay caption. Low and income want to earn extra money, connect with me now. No, that will not be allowed. So if you look at it, Facebook advertising is more about understanding the user psyche and using captions which resonate positivity and affirmation and not bring them down, make them feel bad about themselves or promote negativity. Like very good example with the illustration as well. A copy like tired of being overweight, it will be rejected quickly. Your ad account might get flagged for that because we cannot make people feel bad about themselves and try to sell them the product. That is a very negative marketing tactic. And also the kind of image you use for those ads. You see, these are I have taken from the policy segment of the Facebook. If I have to show about the wellness, a couple running, somebody making a smoothie is a better picture rather than I showing, okay, you have become so slim that your clothes are not fitting you anymore. They are way too loose for you now. Somebody trying a healthy diet is okay, but somebody on the weighing machine and asking for help, no, Facebook does not promote that. Another thing which we need to understand is that unrealistic claims. So for example, if I'm telling that earn 10,000 rupees every month, earn 50,000 rupees within 3 months, even if that is possible, but I cannot give people a definite timeline that is will happen anyhow within 3 months. No. For example, a copy with how to lose 10 kgs in 1 week, that is not a good way to promote your wellness. And using such copy, your ad account might be shut permanently. Like this one, get 3 new clients in 30 minutes. It's okay. But if I say 3 clients every 30 minutes, it becomes unrealistic. Why? Because it's not possible that I'm getting 3 recruits every 30 minutes, for instance. But if I say, okay, get 3 new recruits, even if you are just starting out, it means that you are not giving a defined time interval. You are not telling that, okay, within 30 minutes or within 3 days, you will have 3 clients. No, even if you are just starting out, but that is a possibility with our training system, with our proper coaching, you might, but we are not making any claim. So whenever we make a claim, we give a defined date, there is high chances my ads will be disapproved. Of course, one thing which is a downside for all of us is that the network marketing, the direct selling is considered to be a prohibited or is a restricted content on social media. When I say restricted content, it means that you can use this content, but not always and not always in the same way. You cannot directly call out people, hey, join my network marketing. You cannot say I'm a direct selling expert. Then the ad will be disapproved. But yes, if you are creating an ad where you promote yourself as a network marketing coach and you have been training so many people, and if there are network marketers out there and you are doing a super master class for them, then it's all right, because you are reaching to your own community and you are just doing some training and coaching program. But looking for people to join your multi-level marketing business, to join your network marketing business, that is problematic. That's not allowed. So if we write copies like, be financially independent, earn 50,000, 10,000 every month, how tips and tricks to work online, luxurious lifestyle, no investment, earn money. These are ideally the kind of captions which get immediately flagged, and then your ads are being rejected. And if it happens continuously, your ad account will be permanently shut. And of course, we need to avoid profanity. We need to avoid bad grammar and spellings along with that as well. It's very important to understand that the correct use of grammar and punctuation has to be there in my advertising. So I cannot have any kind of asterisks, any kind of unnecessary symbols like, card games, or say like, any kind of icons or emojis which does not make any sense. I cannot use excessive of symbols, exclamation marks. I cannot use a lot of capital letters. Like for example, be a digital entrepreneur, and I have written all of it into the caps letter. There's a high probability my ad will be rejected. And these were some of the cases, and it's like a huge pile out there which you need to understand why your ads are being rejected. But yes, even if your ads are getting rejected, there's always a way that you can appeal for disapproved ads. So if your ad is getting rejected, you have to go to your ads manager and you see the dashboard where all your ads are running. And then for every ad you are running, you get a status: running, completed, rejected. So any ad which is rejected, you click onto that, you will get an option to file it for a review. Now there are two things. Facebook also does some errors sometimes. Maybe Facebook rejected your ad by mistake. So if you think that everything is fine with your ad, just request a review. So it will go into the review panel again and Facebook will see. And if Facebook thinks that the mistake, is from their end, just a second, guys. Thank you. So if Facebook thinks that the mistake is from their end, then they will approve it. But if it's not, your ad will be disapproved again. But one mistake which a lot of us do is that we keep on raising requests for the same ad again and again and again. So if Facebook is approving my ad twice or thrice, it means that I should not do it again. Why? Because that will irritate Facebook and they might block me. And also in your ads manager, on the top section, there is an option of help. You can always reach out to Facebook, talk to people out there and tell them that, hey, I'm facing issue with my payments. All my ads are getting rejected, even though I am following all the policies rightly. Can you please let me know what is wrong? And there are some things where you need to be there. And these are the real people who talk to you, who are very courteous. They understand you, they listen to you. So mention what exactly is bothering you. So again, the words like this, you, your, other, and using them very, very consistently in your ads leads to the disapproval of that. Too many characters, markings, caps, capital letters might disapprove my ad. Maybe tomorrow I'm running the traffic ad, I'm promoting my website, but if there is something wrong with my website, it's not opening or it's taking them to somewhere else, these kind of ads will be rejected. If I'm using the Facebook trademark logo, I cannot use the trademark logo. I cannot, like, personal attribute we talked about. And of course, I cannot promote network marketing, direct selling, or any kind of money making scheme. And also one thing we need to understand is that, for example, I ran an ad on Facebook, it got approved and it's running, but after 3 hours, it got disapproved. It could be the reason that maybe my ad is running to the same people, or maybe the people who saw that ad, they did not like the caption, they did not like it, they reported my ad, they gave negative feedback to Facebook about me. And that is why, if, so for example, 5-10 people 100 people saw your ad and 10 people reported your ad. Hey, this is a very bad looking content, or this is sensitive, or I do not want to see this in my timeline. Your ad will be immediately rejected by Facebook. And sometimes maybe Facebook when goes to a new update, right? For example, in today's time, the Facebook page has revamped, the new Facebook is there, the ad panel is getting updated. So whenever Facebook undergoes a major overhaul, there is again a chance during that time lot of ads might be disapproved by mistake. Okay, so it's always a good idea to reach out to Facebook first, figure out what is the problem, and then take corrective actions. And to conclude my today's training, of course, digital ecosystem, we talked about pick the right tools for your system, but for your advertising, please plan your advertising, be compliant with the Facebook advertisement policies. All the content you create should have some value, it should look attractive, and educate yourself what all the policies of the Facebook are, and for that you have the link. And the thing which I mentioned critically, that you can get aggressive onto the advertising, recruitment and training platform, and that might lead to your faster growth onto the system. And do advertising as much as you can, because we have to spend something to get a lot of business out there. Without investment there is no business, there is no return coming in, right? So that's all from me. So what I will do now is I'll go to the yes, for those who want the recording, please email me, as the email is mentioned here. I will be sending you the recorded version and PPT of today's training as well as yesterday's training, which was in Hindi. So maybe you can share with the people who are comfortable with Hindi as well. And meanwhile, I'll go to the Q&A section and I'll see if there are any questions. So we are already past time, but I'll still try to answer some questions if you have. कोहिनूर खातून, आई कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड फुल इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज। हमने कल हिंदी में ट्रेनिंग करी थी, तो आप प्लीज हिंदी वाली ट्रेनिंग अटेंड किया करो। मैं यूजुअली क्या करता हूँ, मैं वीक में 2 ट्रेनिंग्स करता हूँ, और वही 2 ट्रेनिंग्स 2 बार हिंदी में होती हैं, 2 बार इंग्लिश में होती हैं। जैसे आज की ट्रेनिंग यस्टरडे कल हिंदी में हुई थी और आज इंग्लिश में है। नाउ जो हमारी नेक्स्ट ट्रेनिंग है कैनवा को लेके थर्सडे को, तो थर्सडे विल हैव द हिंदी एंड फ्राइडे हमारा इंग्लिश वर्जन होगा। We have made it so that our users have clear cut understanding कि कहाँ ज्वाइन करना है। ओके, शीला यादव, कैन आई गेट अ फेसबुक ट्यूटोरियल शीट? देयर इज अ रिसोर्स शीला, जिसको फेसबुक ब्लूप्रिंट कहते हैं। वहां पे आपको सारे ट्यूटोरियल मिलेंगे और आपको होमवर्क भी मिलेगा फेसबुक की तरफ से। तो आई विल रिकमेंड गो टू द facebookblueprint.com। ओके, एक सेकंड मैं यहाँ पे स्टॉप करता हूँ और मैं शेयर करूंगा। फेसबुक ब्लूप्रिंट, यस दिस वन। ओके, तो अगर आप गूगल करोगे फेसबुक ब्लूप्रिंट, तो आपको यहाँ से आराम से ये मिल जाएगा, facebookblueprint.com। ओके, और ये वाला जो रिसोर्स है, तो यहाँ पे आप हर एक चीज सीख सकते हो फेसबुक को लेके। गेट स्टार्टेड विद फेसबुक, बिजनेस मैनेजर क्या होता है, ओके, स्टोरीज एंड टिप्स, ऑर्गेनिक स्टोरीज को आप किस तरह की स्टोरीज आपको पब्लिश करनी है, कैंपेन परफॉर्मेंस विद एड्स मैनेजर, आप कैसे चेक कर सकते हो आपका कैंपेन कैसे परफॉर्म कर सकता है, क्या क्या बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस हैं, एड कैसे क्रिएट करना है। तो ऑल द थिंग्स आर मेंशन्ड आउट देयर, तो प्लीज यूज दैट रिसोर्स। मैंने इसके बारे में 2 साल से मैं बात कर रहा हूँ ब्लूप्रिंट को लेके। Sophie has the question that if we can you share Oriflame videos or pictures from Oriflame official page to my personal page where I post my ads and FB? Sophie, I do not really recommend that. आप अपने प्रोफाइल पे शेयर कर दो, which is all right, and वो भी बहुत लिमिटेड क्वांटिटी में, वीक में 2 बार करना है या 3 बार करना है, do that, figure that out. पर अपने पेज पे नहीं, पेज पे आप हमेशा ओरिजिनल कंटेंट क्रिएट करो, पेज पे आप सिर्फ अपना कंटेंट शेयर करो. That is something which I will recommend, not on your page. Okay, I hope there are no any other questions. मैं आपके साथ I'll share the recording and the PPT version with you guys. Please take care, be safe, and we'll meet again on Thursday when we have a training on Canva, and that will happen in Hindi. Okay, bye bye guys.